we're back out here again, another unit. This one was $320. It's a 10 by 10. Looks pretty full. Looks like it's mostly boxes. In the picture, there's a chest of drawer right in the corner, and then most of the rest of the stuff looks like boxes, but obviously there's probably going to be some other stuff buried. If there's a piece of furniture in one spot, there's probably going to be more. I've got Ann with me. There's the exit, Ann, so if you want to run now, you better go out the exit now, because once I open this door, you can't leave.
It's been a while. I'll hang out with you.
Ann says it's been a while, so she wants to load this thing up. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You haven't even seen it. It might be horrible.
It's okay.
She says it's okay, so she's going to stick with me no matter what. Let's open it up and see. All right, and like I said, it's a lot of boxes, but there is going to be a few pieces of furniture because I can see a end table or a coffee table right there, and then other than that, may not be much. Piece of a bed here, but we got a whole bunch of, looks like mostly cars there. Several empty boxes. I knew that when I was bidding. I could tell there was a lot of empty boxes. Hopefully it's not all empty boxes though. Very well could be, who knows. Looks like it is a lot of empty boxes though. Looks like a whole lot of empty boxes. Let's see. Yep, a lot of empty boxes. More than I was thinking, but that's empty. Wow. Whoa. Watch your feet there. Empty. Empty, man. Well, we're almost done with this unit here.
Yeah.
Empty. No. Is that empty? Nope, it's got rails in it. Empty. So it's just a big section right here. Apparently they just put all these empty boxes. Some people, I don't know if they just got more boxes than they actually needed, and then they just, instead of getting rid of them, they just threw them in here. So that's got stuff in it. I think that's got stuff. It says, looks like it says eBay stuff. Interesting. So that maybe that's the deal. They were selling on eBay. So, but there's more. Yeah. I mean, once we get all these empty boxes, I think all that up there is empty. Not near as much stuff as, because look, we've already cleared out this big hole right here. Empty, I think. All right, so we're down to at least everything right here. We got all the empties up, but there is a bunch on the top back there. So I think now we've actually got a few things in it. Here's one of these Reader's Digest records, basically worthless. Ford, it's some kind of weather stripping for a Ford. I don't know what it goes on exactly. It's got a model number, so obviously you'd have to look that up. Got a money box here. It feels like it's completely empty, and it is.
Doesn't even have a little tray in it.
One box, $3.50. They were selling boxes. I don't know. Okay, so there you go. Empty boxes. There's a few more now. I can actually, that we moved all those empty boxes out, I can see there's like a mattress or something back there, and some kind of cabinet right here. Looks like a, all right, there we go. Looks like a bunk bed. Probably matches this. That's in there, so probably a bunk bed set that this goes with right here. That's empty too.
We're gonna take the empty boxes first or last?
Might as well just go ahead and take them now. We already got them out. All right, this box here's got a lot of kids books in it. We got The Giving Tree, Disney books. What comes in? Dora. What's a Dora? Ninja Turtle, so Nickelodeon. Thomas the Tank Train, so a lot of good books. Big Blue Book of Beginner books. Nice and organized. Over here, even though the box says Nerf guns, this says it's a medicine ball. Let's see if this stuff's actually in here. Alright, that is a medicine ball. And then this is a blower motor, it says. And that's what it is. It looks like it's new. Maybe that's what they were selling on eBay or ordering on eBay. And there's another blower motor there. Potentially expensive stuff. Little decoration here. Alright, little flat rate shipping box here. Is this an empty one? Nope, this has like the little flasher lights. Either they ordered them or they were gonna ship them one. I don't know. So besides right here, we've got the trim piece. We got some garden tools. What do we have under here? These are just like little mats. And we got shoes underneath. Some corkies, boots, water shoes, Nikes. So a few decent looking shoes. Here's more corkies. There's the match right there. So nothing too crazy, but sellable stuff. Let's move this. And then we can look in that big box there, see what it is. Got some pots right here. This is just wanting to fall here. Okay. U-Haul. Probably some kind of a car part. Let's see. Well, we got DVDs here. Limited edition steelbook packaging for They Live in the Fog. So 2 John Carpenter movies. Is that what they put in these huge boxes? With just DVDs? Looks like it is, yeah. Here's more of the still case. Life Force and the Howling. Okay, so that's what it is. It's probably a matching poster, I guess.
I can't get it open, but oh, you got it.
All right, the Howling. So it's a still case with the matching poster for each one. I wonder, is it just the case? I wonder if the actual movie's in there, because we got some cases before that were just the case.
I don't know, it feels like something's in there.
Yeah, it says it's a Blu-ray disc. Limited edition Blu-ray for The Howling and Life Force. Okay, so there's more of those, yeah. And are all these? Yep, I guess all of them are. So this one is not a still case, but this is Candyman Collector's Edition Blu-ray. And then there's still 2 posters in there, so I don't know if they took the other DVD out or Blu-ray out. Alright, so there's 18 of these boxes with the Blu-rays and the posters inside. So apparently they were selling those on eBay. I don't know if they were like making the posters or what they were doing. Moving back here, we got a microwave. That's a nice microwave. Let's see. Yep, nice and clean inside. That's probably about 40 bucks. A little fire screen and an end table. And then moving back, there's more boxes and bags. These are with stuff in it. And then up on the top, like I already said, there's more empty boxes. Lots of little cars and toys here. And then whatever, we'll see what's going to be in there. I already looked in that. That's more cars. Tons of cars. These always sell good in the auction. And then we got shoes in here. We got Converse All-Stars. All different ones. Converse All-Stars, these sell good. These aren't Converse, but similar things here. And we got Nikes.
I took this down, I think it's
It's car mats, yeah. All right, here's inside this box here that has all of the lots of cars and then some other toys here. Got Ninja Turtles. I don't know if that's a Transformer or what, but we got Spider-Man, but mostly cars. Here's a die-cast NASCAR, and we got the actual cars from the Cars movie. The good thing is they're all clean and stuff. Sometimes you get these things and you start looking in these and they're just like, where they picked them up off the floor, there's like hair and stuff all mixed with them and everything. And I noticed when I moved that, this box here says PS4 Xbox. So we'll see here in just a second if there's, hopefully it's just full of games. That'd be the best thing. Okay, here we got clothes. So not too exciting, but look, they look nice and clean. They're all folded up. So not super exciting, but like I always say, it's definitely sellable, clean. All right, now this says Xbox, comma, power cords. So let's see what we're gonna have here. Clothes. Oh my goodness. It's all clothes. Yep. All clothes. So the boxes lie. So that's probably a lie. We'll see here in a minute. Pretty nice like laptop backpack there. There's the paperwork for a camera. Postage scale, I think it's in there too. It's got weight to it. Let's see. Yep, it is in there. So an Accutech postage scale. And then that looks like packaging stuff here. FedEx bags, notebook, more shoes, a little heater. It'll sell, but not for as much as it was selling because we're leaving heater season here. More clothes. I'm afraid that's probably going to be all clothes over there. Maybe they put their Xbox somewhere else. But it's probably in there at one time and got taken out. Yep, all clothes. Clothes, clothes, clothes. Are every one of these clothes? Clothes. It's a lot of them because they're all folded up in there. So when they're all folded, they get packed in there pretty tight. Couple hats, purses, clothes. One more of these gray ones right here. At least in this area, there could be one in the back, I don't know. And it's more clothes. All right, this garbage right here, it looks like it's more toys inside of here. So mostly empty boxes, clothes, and toys. Empty. These are all, at least these here on the top, empties. And then we got Legos. It's like Legos here, Legos here. And then we got the Lego head. Lots of empty boxes and then some furniture. So boxes, clothes, toys, some Legos, and furniture. There's all the Legos there. And that's mostly it. Those things there. All right, just on the elevator going down. Decent little corner shelf here, all wood. But overall, the unit's turning out kind of not so great. First the empty boxes, then all the clothes, and a lot of the containers that we do have. So, not looking real great at this point. But we will see. All right, we got all of this beautiful treasure back at the store here. I moved, everything kind of fell everywhere, but I pulled it on front and got all the furniture off, except for the chest of drawers that goes with the bunk bed set, because it's buried there, and then that thing, it's kind of buried, and a few just odds and ends, but looks like a giant disaster. It's mainly because there's empty boxes falling everywhere, because obviously they're so light that they just, while you're driving around, they just kind of fall everywhere and get pushed around, and the truck wasn't completely packed to keep it from moving around. We're about to start unloading. We got a bunk bed set up front that I got to take that chest of drawers and put with. There was a table and chairs, and then there was a corner shelf, a couple odd little pieces. So I put 125 on the table and chairs, 50 on the corner shelf, 20 on the little end table, and I think there was like a headboard and footboard, had no rails or anything, just put $10 on it because I made kind of project piece. So basically, and then once I get the bunk bed set up there and put together, at least $100 on that, so we should be close to or around what I paid for the unit. So whatever little stuff that we do find, which is mostly, what did we have? We had Legos, we had, I don't remember what all we had. Empty boxes, those won't be worth anything.
Those posters and
the posters with the DVDs that they were selling on eBay. Miscellaneous toys, and lots of clothes. And then there's other odd stuff like an electric trimmer, and there's a fireplace set. This little, a few pieces of decor. This is actually kind of cool right here. This little hook set, kind of old-fashioned looking, not actually old, but with the little utensils there. So it'll add up decent. It could have been way better if either A, there would have been less empty boxes and more actual stuff in there, or B, the ones that the clothes were in that said Xbox and that, if at least one of those, would have had some of that stuff in it, it would have turned out better. But not horrible. We're about to dig in. You never know, we may find another surprise or some stuff that we didn't look all the way in. But this stuff, it always just adds up. If you're selling everything in these units, it always adds up. When you start talking about all the little stuff and the furniture and the clothes, and you just keep $1, $5, and you start throwing furniture in there, $50, $100, it ticks up there pretty quickly. But it just took it. If the stuff would have been in the boxes, a few things, then it would have just made it that much more, better stuff when you're, have a lot of empty boxes. I knew there was a few, I could tell, but I didn't expect there to be quite as many as there were. If you just took half of those and put some stuff in them, it'd have been much better. But we're about to unload this thing. We'll see what we find and what we don't find in these empties here. All right, we are going through the unit. Ann's out here going through shoes, and quite a few pairs of shoes, and there's a lot of name brands and a lot of good shoes, but they're not like super expensive. They're kind of the cheaper Nikes, so still good sellable stuff, but not the kind that you're gonna get $40-50 or more for. They're more the kind you're gonna get $5 to $20 at the most. And a lot of there are some Converse All-Stars and then stuff like whatever this Blowfish is, and she's pulling out more shoes now. Nope, don't need glasses. And then, okay, all those DVDs and posters that we were talking about, I started looking these up, these steel case ones right here. It's brand new steel case, and majority of these things, you know, are about average selling for, not people asking, actually selling, you know, completed listings on eBay about 50 bucks on average. Some a little less, some a little bit more. But we got a whole bunch of them brand new, and the poster. I didn't see any online that had a matching poster, but we've got quite a few, as you can see. Now there's a couple, these aren't the still case here, but like this still case, the thing, this one still case, Army of Darkness. But all these, Green Inferno, The Howling, They Live, Escape from New York, see, brand new still case, has the poster. Oh, we got this one right here. This is Deadly Night 2, not the still case, but brand new collector's edition with the figure and the poster. But still case, all these are. Look at this one's really cool right here, Piranha. It's a still case with the poster. So a whole bunch of, oh, this is cool right here. We got Halloween 2 and Halloween 3, and posters for both of them. And there's actually a couple duplicates, and they're in the back. And then there were several posters that didn't have the DVDs that are still in the back. So that was out of there too. So turning out to be not too bad at all. We got all the furniture. Let me show you the furniture that's out here. So about I think we were a little bit over, about $400 worth of furniture. Here's the furniture that came out of there. This one little end table, 20 bucks. We got a bed for, there's no rails or anything for it. 10 bucks, just moving along as is. Nice little corner shelf here, 50 bucks. Table here, not in perfect shape. So you can see like there's some damage there. 125 bucks. And then there was one other piece. We had the whole, we ended up setting up the whole bunk bed. It's in pretty good shape. Has some damage here and there somewhere. But 150 bucks on that. So that will pay for the unit. Hello. And then all the small stuff we're finding will hopefully make us a little bit of money. And the DVDs over there turn out better than originally thought. And here's Ann, she's still pulling out more shoes. These look kind of rough, a lot of these down in that bucket there. And even like the bucket, those big buckets, those sell. And then in the back here, this is our, that's still kind of from last unit. This is our mess right here from this unit. I'm about to go through this big box of toys here. And then there's other odds and ends. Look, we found these two big figures, Superman and Batman. 3 big things of Legos here, and the Lego head full of Legos, and other odds and ends. We already showed a few of the things. Nice fishing pole here. Looks like, I think it's brand new. I don't think they ever used it. It's a Zebco, but it's nice. And like a blower, a trimmer, some hedge trimmers, nice laptop bag. This set of clip speakers, they're kind of worn out, the cabinets are, but there's 2 big ones and a middle one, so those will probably still sell and do all right because of the brand. A couple pots there, I think I already showed them, but the huge box of Hot Wheels and all that, so once we separate all them out and divvy them up, so it will do all right in the end. There wasn't, not a huge amount because so much of it was the empty boxes, but still turned out pretty good. But looks like some good toys in here. Look, we got Superman stuff, Iron Man, a lot of superhero stuff in here. It looks like Spider-Man, Star-Lord, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy. We got a pointing hand there. That's like a, we call it a teaching aid. But all kinds of toys. Got Army Men. I think this is a Ninja Turtle toy. There's Iron Man. So all this stuff, this will all add up here. There's another Iron Man figure. We got Captain America mask and shield. something coming. We got Batman stuff here. That's the Joker. More Spider-Man. I don't know what that's from. Roblox, it says. Okay. Batman. Looks like some Ninja Turtle stuff here. Here's some kind of little glove type thing. And then we got Knight stuff. So there you go. You can kind of see, and then, you know, the car parts that we had found. But this is the kind of stuff in here. Just lots of toys here. Like a kickboxing thing there. Got a few little new toys, the old grenade, ninja set. Oh, we have more Legos down here. With the Mega Blocks. There's a Lego on top of it there, but yeah, we got Mega Blocks here. Elmo backpack. It's got more. Those look more like these are actually the actual Duplos, I think. Look like it. I don't see it marked on there. I think the Duplos normally. Oh, there it is right there. It says Lego in there, so those would be the Lego Duplos. More toys. Another figure here. Venom, I think, and more Army Men, more Ninja Turtles. And we had a few books. I showed those before. We got turtle shells here to put on. Whoever these kids were, they like to dress up. Kylo Ren lightsaber. Some kind of Iron Man Lego piece here. Huh. And I don't know what this goes to, but Power Rangers, it says. Okay. Stormtrooper belt. Oh, some books down here in this too. We've already had books in that other box, but some more. So that's kind of, you see what we got there. All right, at first I was pretty, not happy about that unit at all with all the empty boxes and everything. Ended up not being too bad. The furniture from that unit, the few pieces all sold really quick. Literally the next day I sold everything out of there, which basically that got me back about even on the unit. And then first I didn't know much about these steel case DVDs, but they ended up doing really good in the auction. And we actually still got a few more for next week, but these things, a lot of these things went for probably about 10 to 30 bucks on average. And then some other nice stuff like the skull and stuff. And then I don't think I ever showed where we kind of went through the toys, but lots of books, lots of toys, but all these did real good in the auction. You can see we kind of lotted it up. Batman, Spider-Man, the Legos, all this stuff did good. The Ninja Turtle stuff, Star Wars, lots of books. We got Batman there. All of the Hot Wheels action figures there, cars, the actual cars, movie cars. So there wasn't, and then the clothes, oh my god, there was just a massive, like hundreds of pieces of clothes, and we've sold a ton of that stuff. So it ended up being pretty good. Now, I mean, if just half of those boxes would have had stuff in them, it would have been much better, but it wasn't in there. But the stuff that was in there ended up, we did pretty good on it. But yeah, when I first got it, it's like I got all these empty boxes, I got a bunch of clothes. The furniture wasn't too exciting, but like I said, all the furniture sold the next day, and basically paid for the unit. So, sometimes at first they seem one way, and then they, it wasn't like this big jackpot or anything, but it was definitely, I'd put it right in the middle of good. not very good, not kind of good. I'd just put it, you know, a solid good unit. But that is pretty much it, I think. Oh, we have the big Batman over there and the big Superman. So there was, you know, it kind of it added up, and there's a, you know, a lot more little stuff that just kind of adds up and stuff that goes up in our dig area. But that's it for this one. Give us that thumbs up, leave a comment, ask a question, leave a good comment, leave a bad comment if you haven't already subscribed, because we got way more units coming up, some pretty good ones coming up that I'm gonna be putting videos out for.